friends, welcome to Law Chat 101 with your legal BFF, Girija Patel. So today I'm actually going to talk to you about the basic question of when you are about to start a business or when you want to start a business is, how do I fund my business? What are some top ways to fund my business? How do I do it? Well, this is a part 1 and part 2 series, so watch out for the next episode, part 2 of it next week. But in today's episode, I'm actually going to be talking about what you need to do before you ask for the money. You can ask for money all day long, but if you don't have a solid foundation to show that you're committed, you are up for it, and you are determined, and you actually have a plan of action, and you're not just like shooting in the dark somewhere, then people are more likely to invest in you because they know you are committed to your dreams, and then they can be also vested in those dreams. So stay for the entire episode so you can get my top 6 tips on getting your business ready for funding, okay? So how do we do this? Number 1, before you ask for money, again, the foundation has to be solid, right? So the way you first do that is by believing in yourself. I know this sounds crazy, like what? Of course, we all know that. No, a lot of times what happens is that we have an idea, but then the more we hear and talk to other people, which is also a good thing, talk to your peers, network, understand what the market needs, understand the business, and that's just the whole getting the business idea out, right? And developing it. That sometimes you'll have a lot of naysayers also. And if that dream is just very pronounced in your heart and in your mind and in your spirit, and you're just like, no way, this keeps popping up, this is not going away, you know there's something to it. Deep down, your gut is saying, stick to it, move forward. So eliminate all the noise, lean into the advice that you're getting that you feel is aligned with, even if it's negative criticism, but if it's aligned with what your path is and aligned with what your thinking is, then take that into consideration, but believe in yourself, believe in your dream, believe in what you have thought up of. And you need to have the courage and the boldness to tell others why your idea is awesome, how it's needed, and why what you are doing is the solution, and why it's a good solution, and why you're the best person to offer that solution, whether that solution is a product or service or something. But it is why you are the best at it and why this is the best solution. So have that confidence, have the boldness to communicate that. And if that means getting your elevator pitch ready, because that's absolutely necessary, get that elevator pitch ready. Filter out everything else that doesn't make sense and start cleaning it up a little bit. So each time you give that pitch, you're gonna clean it up some more the next time, I promise you that, and it's okay. But be bold and be courageous in your dream, because if you're not invested in it, nobody else will be. If you don't believe in yourself, why the heck will anybody else believe in you? So you have to be your biggest cheerleader and biggest supporter. And this doesn't mean that you're walking around arrogantly boasting about yourself, but at the same time, you also cannot walk around saying negative things over yourself and your ideas. So be confident, be bold, and move forward. Now, ways to help you do that also. Here are some actual tangible ways to make you do that. But this is also my number 2 point on developing a solid foundation before you ask for the money. Number 2 is develop a business plan. So the business plan is basically something that is telling others your plan of action. It is telling what the purpose is, what the mission is, how you plan to execute it, what are some of the pitfalls that you see or the challenges that you see, how you plan to overcome those challenges, what are some of the projections that you have, what is the growth plan that you have, and then there's so many other things in there as well. I spoke about a business plan in episode 39 of Law Chat. That was my personal solo episode. I also had a guest, Michelle Loretta, in episode 46, talk about the business plan as well. So go back, check it out, read it. Some great resources are in those show notes as well. So you're not alone. And if you have any other questions, always DM me or send me an email, and I'm happy to answer them. I'm happy to give you more resources. Oh, I'm gonna go back to number 2 for a second. Develop a business plan. Going back to that, the reason is because it shows commitment, it shows thoroughness, it also shows that you have more clarity in your business, and you also can tell somebody else why and how their money is going to help you. Because if you just ask for money, but you don't show the purpose of that money or the need for that money or what you're going to do for that money, why is somebody going to invest in that? They're not going to invest their personal money into you then. or money they can take and invest in somewhere else where they see a better gain or a better benefit coming out of it. So business plans are necessary for asking for money. A lot of people will ask for the business plan, very few people will not. And even if they don't, at least you have it as one of your tools in your tool belt. Okay, now going to number 3, entity formation. So entity formation is just, before you're really going into the world and asking for money, entity formation is just a way for you to kind of up the game, is leveling up your business, is becoming more legitimate. Yes, solopreneurs and sole proprietorships and general partnerships are absolutely a thing. They exist. But if you have growth plans, if you have plans to scale, if you have plans to get bigger and have people investing and you need money, you need to level that up a little bit. You need to separate your personal assets from the business assets. You need to separate your personal liability from the business liability. And the only way to really do that is by setting it up as an entity. And so the most common entities are LLCs or corporations, which again, I have talked about in many other episodes as well. Go back and check them out, scroll through it or DM me and I'll give you the episode number as well, to get a better understanding of what an LLC is or what a corporation is. But a lot of times you need one or the other in, getting a more legitimate loan or getting yourself set up in a more legitimate way in your business as well. Now, also for corporations, you want that if you are intending on going public one day or having venture capitalists invest in your business or similar situations, then having a corporation might be a better idea than actually sitting on an LLC initially. So those are things that you would want to talk to your attorney with, or even your CPA, and see which is the best route to take. Of course, have counsel in the beginning only, especially if you have big dreams for your business, especially if you have ideas and you have growth ideas also. Now, number 4, bank accounts and credit cards. Please keep them separate. I don't care if you are a sole proprietorship or a LLC or a corporation, have separate bank accounts. Have a separate bank account for yourself that is separate from your bank account for your business, and have a credit card so you're not intermingling funds. You're not intermingling your expenses and the money coming in and going out at the time. There's clarity in it, because I promise you, your bookkeeper, your CPA, your CFO, everybody, even the people who are investing, will be so happy when there's clarity and distinction. So keep that in mind and do it right away if you haven't done it. Number 5, accounting. This kind of plays into that whole separation of personal with business, but accounting is very important. I just interviewed somebody, and I have interviewed many different accountants or financial, experts on Law Chat. And the number one thing that they all say, aside from having a separate bank account for your business and your personal, is also hiring a bookkeeper in the beginning, or having some form of tool that you can use for bookkeeping in your business, and then having a CPA as well. Because once you do that, once you refer to somebody or defer to somebody, you also have more clarity on the money that you have, the money that you can spend, what you can do with that money, what your expenses are, how it's working, and the health of your business. But when you take all that together, you can actually tell a story through the money. You can tell a story through the finances, which is so important, because when you're looking for investors, they want to see the money story, and the money story will either make you or break you. So keep that in mind and get that sorted. Number 6, and our final one, what kind of funding does your business need and you want? Make sure it's aligned. Make sure what you're doing is aligned, and who your investors are aligned with your mission, are aligned with your purpose. And I know it's easy to get caught into, oh, they're investing and I need that money. Yeah, maybe, but you also want to see what kind of investors you need. Do you need angel investors? Do you need money alone? Do you need friends and family? So next week, I'm going to actually discuss all the different types of funding your business can get and different options, the big ones I'm going to be talking about. So stay tuned next week for part 2. If this was helpful, subscribe, share, leave a review, and of course, there are links in the bottom. Go grab your freebies, and let's get your business more legit and solid.